I'm at a loss for words right now. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making salted chocolate chip shortbread cookies. Oh my God. I'm using my dining in cookbook again that my husband gave me. The author is Alison Roman, and I really like her cookbook because she doesn't take herself too seriously, and neither do I. In fact, if you look at her recipe page for these cookies, she says salted chocolate chip shortbread cookie, or why would I make another chocolate chip cookie ever again? So this is what we're going to do today. I'm really excited, so follow along. So when we make our cookies, think of it as shortbread cookie meets chocolate chip cookie. They come together into one. I love shortbread cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies as well. So how can you go wrong? I don't think you can. So our recipe calls for 2 sticks plus 2 tablespoons of salted butter, not unsalted. So we're obviously not going to be adding any more salt to our cookie dough. We're also going to be adding a 1/2 cup of regular granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're just going to whip this up or beat this for about 3 to 5 minutes in a stand mixer. I recommend that if you do not have a stand mixer and just a handheld, that you cut your butter into chunks before you add it. She's a strong girl. She can handle this. Now I'm going to scrape the sides and the bottom. Make sure we get everything, and we're going to add our flour and our chips. Right now, I'm putting in 6 ounces of chocolate chips. Now, these are bittersweet chocolate chips. You can use semi-sweet, whatever you prefer. But today I wanted to use these bittersweet, and we're just going to slowly mix this up just so it comes together. So I've gone ahead and taken the dough, divided it into 2, and put it on plastic wrap, because what we're going to do is roll this into a log and chill it for 2 hours. Now you'll notice that the dough is somewhat crumbly, and that's because this is basically a shortbread cookie dough, and it's not your typical chocolate chip cookie dough. Sometimes I want to be a little stubborn, but that's all right. So we're just going to go like this, because what we're ultimately going to be doing is cutting them this way into circles. But I find that doing this with plastic wrap is a lot easier than parchment, because the plastic wrap kind of sticks to it, and that's what we want. All right, let's get these babies in the fridge, and I'll see you in about 2 hours. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take egg wash and brush it over our rolled up log here, and then we're going to coat it in turbinado sugar before we put it in the oven. So I'm going to do everything right on the saran wrap that it was on originally. Just coat this with egg. Now I only have 1 out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze the other one, because I don't want to make all these cookies at once. That way I'll have one that I can use at another time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a bunch and just lay it out on here. Roll this in it. See how well that works. Not too much. Maybe I'll just put it on with my fingers. This is going to give it really crispy edges, and the egg wash is going to give it a nice brown color. And we're going to cut these into about 1-inch rounds. Now these aren't going to spread a whole bunch when we cook it, because remember, there was no egg in here and there's no baking powder. Now the last thing we're going to do before we get these into the oven, as you can see I put them on the baking sheet. These 3 down here didn't really fare well in the cutting process. But this is sea salt flakes, and not a lot. I'm just going to take a little bit and put it on the top. This is flaky salt. And you don't need a lot of this, just a little bit. We're ready for the oven. These cookies are going to bake at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. I'll check on them at 12, see where we're at, but I'm really excited to taste them. We are cooled, and if these don't look like shortbread cookies with chocolate chips, I don't know what does. Let's try one. So if you'll notice, so this is the turbinado. This is the turbinado sugar around the edges. Nice browning along the edges. Let's try it. Little flaky salt. I think I've just died and gone to heaven. This, remember, I used bittersweet chocolate chips in this, and that really makes this cookie. I was afraid with the turbinado sugar around the edges it would be really sweet. It's not. It's exactly what I thought it would taste like. I'm at a loss for words right now. Well, these turned out better than I expected. Well, thanks for joining me today as we made these cookies. I hope you make them, and if you do, please let me know, because I'm just amazed at how delicious they are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.